Hey, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Today's video is going to be fire, guys. I promise. Before actually we start, okay, this is a swing strategy that I've been trying to like to master pretty much for the last 2 months. I've been trying to see the details and see what's happening in the market and finding like the best indicators for and listen to this. This is gonna be only I only have tested this on Nasdaq, US 30, and S&P 500. Okay, don't ask me, can I use this in pairs? No, you can't. Okay, well you can try, but why am I using this in Nasdaq, US 30, and S&P 500? Because indices are constantly pushing up. Okay, that is all. You can even use this in stock if you wish. Okay, like for example, Microsoft is which is constantly pushing up. So it will be good because it's always on an uptrend. Okay, the market will have corrections. Yes, the market will correct, and this is what we are trying to do. Like we're trying to wait for the market to at some point make a correction. Sometimes the market takes maybe a month or 2 months or sometimes even 3 months to actually complete a pullback, to actually drop or have some type of crash. Okay, it's not an actual crash. It is a pullback. It is a correction. When you see the market like pushing, 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 at some point it has to make a correction, guys. It cannot be that easy. Even though we are already on a big push, still the market needs to correct. Sometimes the market is very overbought, okay, and needs to make a correction. It gets very overbought and corrects. So it gets very overbought and corrects. Gets very overbought and corrects. Okay? There are certain indicators that can tell us, hey, the trend actually might be ending. Okay? There are a few things that you need to follow for this strategy. I need you to follow like you're following a recipe to make a cake or to make some type of, I don't know, whatever recipe you're following, to cook, right? So I want you to follow this thing exactly as I'm going to explain you. All right. Now I want to give you a quick tip right here for you guys who has perhaps two or three strategies they are working on right now, like the diamond strategy. You have the um, TP strategy. You have the X strategy. You have now this one that I decided to call Swing It. You can see here. So I'm gonna call this strategy Swing It, okay? Because it's just for swing traders, okay? And after you watch this video, I promise you, you're gonna love. Even though if you're, let's say you're a scalper, you're gonna love this thing. Okay, you're gonna also try to now start doing some swing trading. Alrighty. So the quick tip I wanted to give you, I always mention that you see right here on top. I'm using TradingView, right? You can see on the top right here that this bunch of letters. These are basically my strategies. These are my old strategies that I have saved here with the time, right? So I can jump within strategies every time I want. So this is a good tip that I'm going to give you, guys. You can what you can do here. Let's say, because finding sometimes you're doing the TP strategy, but you want to you want to jump to see to the swing strategy. You want to jump from basically from these indicators that I'm using here. You want to jump now to the swing trading just right quick, just with one single click, right? So you don't need to be looking for the indicators again. Oh, what were the indicators for the TP strategy? I forgot. So you see all that stuff. If you forgot or you don't want to be looking around all the time to change that, what you can do is save. You can save right here. Okay. Once you set up, let's say right here, I'm using these three indicators, right? This is going to be for this strategy. So I'm using these three indicators. You can go here, uh, save it. You can put a name, and you can actually put a star, right, as a favorite. So it's going to show in this bar. Now, guess what? Unfortunately, because um, TradingView is not going to allow you to do this, if you're on the free version, this is one thing that I recommend you, and it's a good investment, I promise. If you guys pay only once, okay, the actual TradingView, the paid, which is like it's about $15, I believe, is 14.99 or something like that, monthly, right? All you need to do is just pay once, and then after, as soon as you pay, you can go ahead and save all your strategies right here, okay? Because after this gets expired, you will still have access to this, okay? You won't be able to save or change anything in there. Yes, that's right. You won't be able to change it. But it will be there. You can have your TP strategy here, your diamond strategy here. You can have your swing strategy here. You can have your X strategy here. So you can save them all, and with just one click, you can just jump in from one strategy to another one. Okay, because what I'm going to show you, it is going to be very actually important to be switching between times, and it's going to be easier to be switching not between times, between strategies, okay? Because this swing strategy, you're not going to be able to find a good entry every day, okay? Not every day, because not every day we're having a big pullback, all right? So that's basically it. If you're scalping, if you're doing your own things right now, if you're scalping on the way up somewhere around here, okay, you're using your TP strategy, fine. So, but let's say you're starting to see the market is crashing, right? Okay, so you switch to your swing strategy, and then you start actually applying, okay, and you will start actually following the swing strategy. I'm going to show you now what is it about. Okay. Now we have to basically, if you wanna, join this, if you wanna do this, what I'm showing you guys, I will leave you the link below for joining TradingView for actually um, getting at least 1 month paid, right? So you can actually get this access to the access to this zone, so you can save all the strategies you want with all the indicators you want right away. You can put 5 indicators in there if you wish, so you can save it, and then only once. If it expires, because this thing is monthly, if it expires, don't worry, because this would still be there. It will never go away. Okay, so you will still have access to that. Okay, I will leave you the link below, so you can just go ahead if you want to actually do this. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and jump in right away to the strategy. Basically, this is strategy, guys. I'm gonna try to make a few videos because it's quite a little long. I might have to explain some other things. Um, but right now, I will show you the indicators that I'm using, which is 3 indicators. All right. I'm using the EMA 80. Okay. This is the 80 line EMA. Okay. You can just find it like that. Just EMA, exponential moving average. Okay. You just go to indicators and just look for exponential. Where is it? EMA. You can just perhaps this one. Or if it's not allowing you, you may have to look for another one and just type in exponential. Yeah, this one right here. Okay. So you can choose the 80. All right. And the other line that I'm using is the 600 SMA. Okay. It's the simple moving average 600. Just like that appears on here indicators as well. Okay. So you're gonna need just those 2 lines. And also, as a tip, you can also use the RSI. Okay, I love this indicator. This indicator never goes away out of my chart. I always love to have it in there, because I love to detect divergences, or let's maybe a spot, the beginning of a trend, all of that. I can definitely do it with the RSI. So, all right, at the beginning. Now, another thing, and it's mandatory. I'm going to open it up here. I'm going to put my rules. All right. You can screenshot this thing right here. I want you to take a picture, a screenshot, and save it. Okay. You need to follow this rule. This is the recipe right here. Okay. Maybe later, if I find something else that I need to attach that is important here, I will let you know. I will most likely do a series of as well of this strategy. Okay. Now, Um, another very important thing and part of the strategy is that because it's swinging, okay, we're going to swing the market. This is not scalping. So we're going to be using only right there, and you can see this is the first rule. You're going to be using only the 4 hour time frame, okay? Not 1 hour, not 30 minutes, not 15 minutes, not the daily, okay? 4 hour time frame. And I will explain you why in a few minutes. So that's the first rule basically right there. Plus, you're using the 80 EMA and the 600 SMA. Um, very important here, what we're going to be looking, guys, and you can see on a 4 hour time frame that this is Nasdaq, right? So Nasdaq, you know that as I mentioned, we are constantly on an uptrend. Okay, where we're going to be looking is for those big crashes. We want to see the market get to the 600. Once the market is right here, I will tell you what to do to spot the buys, okay? Because this thing is swing trading, okay? We want to actually hold this thing if it's possible for a month or two. If you, right, don't worry. Like I know you guys, most of you guys might say, okay, but I'm a scalper. That is fine, But if here and there from time to time, the market is actually crashing, please tell me you wouldn't love to actually get in when the market is deep and hold a buy for an entire month. Meanwhile, the market is pushing, whatever, man, you can find scalps right here. But this one in particular that you did, this entry that you did here, this entry that you did here, this one right here, tell me that you wouldn't want to actually hold this thing all the way right here and catch, I don't know, 1,000 pips. Tell me you don't want it, right? So that's what we're going to be trying to look, okay? Again, not the market is going to be crashing all the time, but when it crashes, Jesus Christ, you better be ready. You better be ready to actually catch that buy, okay? That long buy right there, okay? I don't care if you're a scalper. As I mentioned, you can scalp all the way to the top right here. You can find flags all the time. Everything that I explained you can spot bullish flags all the way to the top. The price is pushing up. You can find bullish flags. If it's dropping again, coming back down to retest again the 600 SMA, then you spot another bearish flag right there. So that is all. You can still scalp it. But these points right here, these are very nice, guys. I don't want you to miss this. Okay? So that's what we're going to be looking. We're going to be hunting right now that whenever the market starts crashing, okay, Nasdaq, US 30, S&P 500, we're going to be ready as soon as the market reaches. And again, always 4-hour time frame. Again, I'm not doing this on an 8-hour daily or 1 hour. No, please stick to the plan. 4 hour, that is it. Okay. So we need the market to drop and reach, sometimes to get close enough to actually make a buy, make a decision. So that is basically it. That's what we're going to be looking for. Okay. Um, uh, right here, when the market reaches this zone, guys, let me start perhaps here. All right, to this point. Once the market reaches this zone, we're going to be seeing still using. You see that it's mandatory again on the rules. I forgot to, yeah, it's mandatory to know price action. Okay, not just because the market is reaching this zone. Oh, I'm going to buy right away. No, right? You need to know where you're standing. Okay, it's if the market is reaching the zone, is reaching your line. Um, it's good. It's a good point to it makes sense to actually buy, right? But I don't want you to do that. I want you to start looking at price action. I want you to look for a support, okay? Because we're only being looking for buys. That's another rule that I should have put there. Because we are almost well all the time on an uptrend, right? So we're only be looking for buys. That's another rule that I will definitely type in there. Okay. So we only be looking for buys. Okay. So right here, we are on a 4 hour. I want you to see what the market is doing, okay, and understand price action. I always showed you this. I always showed you this. So let's say the market is dropping. The market is definitely dropping. Pullback. You get, let's see, I don't know, maybe here it did a little pullback and then drop, and then you got a pullback and then another drop and you got a pullback and drop and pullback and drop. So you see the market, it's creating lower lows all the time. Okay, lower lows all the time. Even right here, it's another lower low. The body, I want you to pay attention to the body of the candle. I don't care about the weeks. So the 4 hour candle closed below. So this is still lower low right here. You see that the market, that by this time, the market is actually, we are touching our 600 line. So we're very, I would say, very oversold. The market is very cheap right now. So we're going to be looking for a position to actually make a buy. And what would that be? We need to wait for the body to create the first high. That's what we're looking for. But pay attention again, what I'm doing. We need to wait for the market to drop, get as close as possible, touch it. Sometimes it's gonna maybe just touch it a little bit. Sometimes it might go a little lower than this, but we're gonna be looking the first high. Okay, where was the first high? You see all these candles starting to push up. This one right here, even this one actually closed higher than this one right here. So that's the first high right there. So the market could have actually come back down to do a retest and then push up, right? But it didn't. It actually continued pushing. So where was their entry? I'm going to take the risk. Like if this happens, this candle, it's already closing. The body of the candle, you see where it's closing? It's closing right there. So it's already, what the heck? Um, Uh, so it's already closing higher than this one. You see the body of the candle close higher than this one. This is a higher high. You see the market is going down and it's all the time creating higher lows. So my first higher high is right here, and I'm gonna write it down so for you to understand. Okay, higher high right there. So as soon as the market creates the first higher high, I will take the chances right there. I will make my entry right there, stop loss below, because this is swing trading. You need to be ready for this. You need to be ready that right here there is quite a few pips, right? Okay, I don't want you guys to be blowing your account, but you have to have that in mind. So, what's the best risk to reward right now? We're going to be using 1 to 2, okay, or 2 to 1, whatever you want to call it, risk to reward, okay. Another part of the rule right here is it basically at least you need to go to 1 to 2. If you want to steal, because you know that the market now is climbing on top of the 80 EMA, so you can basically, let's say you want to trail it, okay, you can trail that. But this is what we're going to do, and this is part of the rule as well. As soon as the market reaches 50% right here, we are going to be securing profits and stop loss to break even. Guys, this is mandatory. Is mandatory. Price reaches 50% of your entry right here. So secure profits here. This is will be like your first TP and second TP. That's it. Okay. If you see that let's say, I don't know, you see in the price actually pushing up very strong and you don't want to close this one, okay, you can perhaps trail it. How would you trail it? Let's say the market created this low right here. You see the price was pushing and now created another higher low, and I'll give you the engulfing candle. Then okay, move your TP right here to that zone. Okay, let's say you stretch it higher. Okay, so you're gonna move your right there. That way you're trailing your stop loss. So the price pushed up and now came back down strong. So you see you at least you did all the profits from here to here. So this distance basically. Okay, right there. Okay, this is swing trading. This is swing trading. How many days would take from the entry right there to that closeout point? This is 6 days. Okay, so yeah, a lot of patience, a lot of patience right here. Sometimes, as I mentioned, you may want to hold this thing. If you're seeing that the market, you can do this. You can do this. If you enter right here, don't worry, I'm going to be making more videos about this. This video is about to end, so I will be making 2, 3 parts of this. So let's say you made your entry right here, right? And you see now the market is actually starting to, it's very like pushing up. So you put your stop loss right here to break even, of course, and trail it. Okay. Don't ever close it. Don't you close it. Meanwhile, the market is on top of the 80 EMA. This thing, this baby is actually flying right there. Okay. You don't get out. At some point you may be getting scared right here or right here or right here. That is fine, but that is a huge amount of money right there. And how many days again? That's something you have to consider. That's a lot of days right there. 61 days, so 2 months. All right, but how many pips you got there? So it's huge, right? So that would be it for the first part, guys. I will make another video regarding this. Don't miss it. I'll see you guys then in the part 2 of this strategy called Swing It. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.